Hey, hey, hey. Here
Oh
we go
man, you
today.
guys know what time it is.
It
I know what time it
is
is.
time. Let's
hmm
do this right.
Let's do
Car
it
Guy Coffee.
again.
What's in your cup?
What's in your cup?
Talk it up.
Drink it up.
Fresh ups.
Pour some in your.
Up bus.
That's right. Get your shot.
Shout out.
2 steps ahead.
All the way.
Game changers.
What you know. Car
Out
Guy
of Sandy.
Coffee. Here we go.
That's right.
Are we
What's up?
good? Well, that was 30 seconds of
That was
hello.
30 seconds of us just
Car guys
being
and car
silly,
gals. We're just getting
What's
ready
going
for
on,
an
folks?
exciting brew.
Yes, we are. We're super pumped up. All right, so
Guess what?
guess what? I know what's up.
I know some of you know what's going on. If you pay attention to what we've been talking about lately, we've been talking about the rise of the Solutionaries.
Right.
And guess what? We have an incredible game changer in the Solutionary section of your smart people's Rolodex. Okay. This is Rudy Treminio, and he is seriously making sure that you get a buzz going on inside of your world.
That's right.
And I'm excited to really just let everybody have access to what it is that he was able to pour into the conversation that we had. If that took long enough for me to say.
No, I think there's so much more still. I mean,
There's
this
so
guy,
much.
You could talk about Rudy for a long time. Rudy
So
is
much.
Everybody knows him as El Patronn, right? He's the game changer.
The game changer.
This guy's an author. He's the owner of Sunrise Chevy. He has helped turn 7 stores from here to there. You know what I'm saying? This guy, it went from a jail cell to $500 million in car sales. You know what I'm saying? The book that he came out with is amazing.
Let's get that. Let's go ahead and show everybody what.
Yeah.
Go ahead and plug this book real quick, because we're talking about Rudy the Game Changer.
If you have not read it, you need to read it. It is a great book. I'm telling you, it'll tell you about what it means to go from nothing to something.
You guys can see that.
Maybe to make it a little bit nicer.
There you go.
Right there. So, I mean,
Man.
Amazing, great book. I had a chance to read it. Got to interview Rudy, obviously. Man, it was an honor to talk to him, because it was kind of cool, because it was like I knew who he was before I even got to sit down and talk to him. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. You all need to check it out. It's on Amazon. Look it up.
You can get you some.
It's
Brewing Solutions.
It's good stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, think about it, guys. I mean, you a lot of people don't like to read, but look, it's not that thick, man. I mean, you just get it, read it, and it's got a lot of information.
Rudy, when you see this, go ahead and throw a link down below for somebody to get your book.
Right there. Check it out. It's hot. It's a
Go
good
check
book,
it
man.
out,
I'm gonna leave it right here for
everybody.
this right here, but
Get your, and it's an easy read.
it was an easy read, but it was a really good, well written book, man. I really enjoyed it. I'm talking about, it talks about from his early days when he was a kid, growing up in El Salvador, being somebody that left his mother, had to leave to come to the United States, too deep into it. But
yeah, because there's parts of how he actually wrote this book that's in the show.
Yeah,
that you need to go listen to.
It is really cool, and he talks about that. Those are questions, and that's part of the fresh. That's the fresh news. You know, tonight at midnight, here in about less than 30 minutes.
It's coming.
Dropping in 26 minutes or so. You're going to be hearing our 5-liners, the 5 questions we ask everybody that comes on our show. Man, it was really a lot of fun to sit down and talk to him. It was a lot of energy. He's one of those guys, when you sit down, he's so full of positivity. We're so full of positivity that it just brewed up a really good brew for us. Like, I mean, it was one of the most tastiest brews I've ever had. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Starbucks has nothing on that brew.
Oh, man. That was good.
That was a little cheesy, but hey, I like a little coffee
cheesy
with my cheese. That doesn't taste good together, but hey.
There
was another one. So
I just want to make sure that you guys really kind of get what it is that we're talking about when we're saying that there's solutionaries out there, and this entire series that we are just coming to the end of. We got an incredible brew for you next week, and there's a powerhouse brew. A lot are on the microphone for that one. But for this week, talking about a person that has some influence inside of other solutionaries. He's one that we've looked to see what actual tips we can take from what it is that he's doing and apply it not just to our dealership, but inside of our creating of a digital presence,
our brand,
and making sure that people know about you and creating that buzz that he talks about.
I mean, he is all day a brand. Let me look at this. I mean, I'm telling you, like, it's to go to his silhouette. You can see this really well, but his logo right here. I mean, it's his face with his glasses, his beard, and his hair. I mean, it's everybody knows it. I know it. I follow him, so I know that what I see that logo, what that's about. His current one has the mask on it over it. It's clever. I mean, he's just going with the times. He personally brands himself to the point where people come into his store to buy a car from him. They buy it from El Patronn. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. You know, when every store can do that. And salespeople need to do it.
Individuals.
Everybody. You want people to come in to see you, because every store has basically the same thing to offer. We all have vehicles. They all need gasoline or electric now, you know, but they all need the same stuff. They're going to still need financing. They're going to need this. What do you have that's different? Do you have a better process? Do you have a brand? Do you have something that's exciting? Something that they could follow and watch and see all their friends doing? You know what I mean? And if you have that to offer, use it on social media. He is, I'm telling you, game changer on social media.
Game changer.
He's all about the media. He's all about his thing. He has the El Patronn show. I could keep going on and on for days what this guy has and does. But the biggest thing he has is an optimistic mentality. He's also a guy that when he says he's going to do it, he does it. I mean, it's crazy, you know.
So I mean, with that, I mean, what is that? How does that benefit the everyday person that's listening? How does that benefit the person that's just watching us have a podcast, watching us go live, seeing us have a quick conversation, being interviewed with other solutionaries? What is it that being as, I don't know, as out there as you have to be, what is it that is actually something that other people should get out of what El Patronn's doing and saying? Why is it that it's beneficial? Why should they listen to that? You know what I mean? I guess I'm kind of playing like the, you know, if somebody challenged me to, because I want to explode with why, you know what I mean, they need to hear him, what they're going to get. Because so many people are like, oh man, he's a really great, awesome guy. That's cool. Yeah. Rudy's super swell. Sweet, but what am I going to do with that?
But the thing is, there's it's not just that. Okay, I know where you're going with that question, and what it is that it's not just that he says he does things. He actually does it. You know, I was talking about he actually follows through. So that's the first thing you're going to get from Rudy. You're going to see a guy that says, "Hey, I'm going to make a plan, and at the end of this, I'm going to make sure that it goes down." Right? He always makes sure that his plans happen. Like he talks about in our show, and he'll bring it up when you guys listen to it. He talks about, sometimes you make a plan and sometimes you have to change how you get to your goal, right? But you still go to your goal. And he does that very, very well. Second thing that you get out of it is that you can see what happens when you actually do it 10 times what you're supposed to do. You know, you go out there and you're consistent. He shows that, because it's not just he says it, he shows it. So he shows it, he shows what kind of results he's getting. It shows that you can get those same kind of results. I mean, that's why he's one of my influencers. You know, when I sit down, I think about people who influence me. It's him. He's one of them for sure, because I know that he is a grinder. He's going to get up every single day. He's going to do what he's supposed to do. He's going to wait. He's going to work out. The whole world knows what he's doing if you follow him. He works out every morning. He gets up. He has his business plan. He rides to work. On his way to work, he's doing his little videos. He gets to work. He's working deals. He's doing this. He's chopping whatever. He's doing videos. He's making sure every section is going well. And the day, and then he's doing his little lives throughout the day, sending out messages, talking about how great things are, because he's trying to show positivity. Because the more you show, it doesn't just show it to us as car people, us as business people, us as future entrepreneurs. What it shows people, it shows the customers also, hey, man, this place looks like they know what they're doing. Hey, this place is ran by a guy that is on stuff that I like to look at. Mm-hmm. Right? You know what I mean? So to me, he shows a plan. He's already been there. He's like, look, I'm here. This is how I got there. Mm-hmm. So that is beneficial. You know, a lot of people, you know, like, to include myself, I'm very young in this. You know, I could talk about it, and a lot of people may be like, well, he hasn't done it long enough yet. So be it. And I'm okay with that. I will keep proving people wrong, because I'm going to be doing it for a very, very long time.
Just jump in the cheer section, everybody.
Right.
Everybody enjoys coffee.
I'm not here for anything but to help.
If you don't like coffee, you don't like coffee.
But, you know, we're gonna keep growing, and as we keep growing, you know, I'll keep proving people wrong, you know, and that's okay. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to share. I'm here to love. I'm here to learn. I'm learning as much as I can. So I don't care if I'm doing this exact same thing for 20 years and I'm one of the most experienced. I'm always going to be looking for something to learn. Right. So, yeah.
So, well, that's excellent. He broke down a whole lot about Rudy and what it is that he does, and he is consistent. Man, he teaches you
100
how to be attacking, how to keep yourself accountable to be attacking. If you've seen any of his meetings with his guys, he makes sure to keep them understanding that he's coming to keep them accountable. One thing that I honor and respect of him greatly is that, and the way that his message is that he's teaching other people to believe that they can do it too.
Yes.
That he is not only showing them a template
Absolutely.
and a way to make it actually practical and productive, he's also showing that there's a place for you at the table. There's a place for you at the table to actually achieve the same great success, which is why the correlation would come in. You know, there's so many stories out there from rags to riches. And yes, he went from a cell to big time doing it. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it great. And he
$500 million
very
in car sales, guys.
Thankful and humble about it. And it's not about, hey man, look at me, I'm a great hustler. No, look at me. I love my wife. I love my children.
Yep.
And I love my business.
No
and I
doubt
love the
about
people
it.
that I do my business with. And that's the type of people that you need around you to help make sure that you're doing those things too inside of your life.
Yep.
And I know sometimes it gets scathing. Sometimes it seems like it's almost unreal for people to be that positive kind of all the time. But it is kind of, in a way, you know, people preferring to self-censor themselves and say, you know what I mean? I don't have to complain. It's easy to. I don't have to whine about what's going on in the world. That's simple and an easy bus to jump on.
Sure.
I can literally be a game changer and go forward and make things happen. And that's one thing that I think that he makes sure to get across to anybody in the time that he has an audience, whether it's a quick video or it's a piece of the book. You know, he is always pouring out something that's actually worth taking in and applying to your life.
I agree.
And you guys out there, if you ever wonder, well, you don't need to be Rudy. Rudy's Rudy. You need to be you. And Rudy just shows you how easy it is to be you, just like we're all trying to do. You know what I mean? You figure out who you are, how you like your cup of coffee, mix it your way, and sip it up. But brew solutions. If you're going to be brewing anything, don't be percolating problems.
That's right. So, you know, and it's never a good idea. You know, the idea is, and that's the thing. So for example, oh man, this guy's just faking it on the camera. But the thing is that think about it this for therapy. It's just like writing down your gratitude. So when you're doing a personal post and it's a positivity post, you're doing gratitude at that moment. You know, you're talking about what's good, what's going on in your life currently. There's nothing wrong with that. So don't ever knock somebody for putting a video out there that's about what's going on positive in his life. That is his way to show gratitude to the world. And he's trying to do that at the same time, hopefully having somebody else to have that same chain effect of them going, hey, I need to feel more positive about, yes, I woke up this morning and the sun was outside. I woke up this morning and my family was healthy. I woke up this morning and I still have food in my cabinets. And I woke up this morning, I had toilet paper. You know what I mean? So there's so much to be grateful for. And so sometimes even when you're I could be in a bad mood. I'm not 100% all day long happy, but I am a positive person. Yes. I think I'm an optimistic person, I should say. What I'm optimistic about is that I always know that tomorrow can be better than today. No matter how good today is, I'm always optimistic about that. I'm always optimistic that no matter how bad I do right now, I could do better tomorrow. No matter how bad today seems, tomorrow can always be better. This next moment could always be better. So I can be in the dumps and it's okay. And you should allow yourself to have that moment of being like, man, that was not good. I really did not like that, doggone it. Right. But then after that moment goes, you can vent, call your buddy, put it in his ear, be like, look, man, I need to just vent to you real quick. Vent.
Which I needed. Man,
you drop that vent, and then guess what happens? It clears it out. It's like talking to, you know, if you're a Catholic, talking to your priest and letting out all the stuff that all your sins, or if so on and so forth. It's relieving. It feels good to let it out with somebody that you know you can trust, someone's ear that you know you could put it in and it won't go anywhere.
To release the pressure and have people you trust with. That's battle buddy basics.
Then you let it go. You move on. You move on. You move forward. You just you get 2 steps ahead. So that's what I plan on doing, and I always do. So, and that's what I think everybody else should do. I think everybody, I'm not saying that my way is the best way, but think about it that way. Think about if if you really don't like somebody's positivity post, then that's on you. You have too much negativity and you can't even get over, that. Just use it. Like, you know what, man, at least that guy's in a better mood, and that's and think about that. And it might work for you. If you're having a bad day, why don't you put a post out there that's a positivity post? Say, hey, look, man, you know what? I missed 4 pencils today or whatever. I couldn't shed any of them over silly stuff, whatever it is, just get on the horn and talk about how that day that you had one, maybe you woke up, your loved one was right by you. You guys talked in the morning, had great conversation. You knew that you're going home because your kids were excited to see you when you got home. During this time that we didn't have a lot of stuff going on work-wise, we did have a lot of family time where I got to do some bonding, play games I haven't played since I was a kid, like Monopoly in some cases, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go outside and, throw the football with your kid, go fishing. I know a lot of people went fishing during this time. I know last night, a lot of people were doing fires all over the place, like, and doing like s'mores. And so what a good time to do that. So look for the gratitude, because no matter how bad the, a car deal can seem, there's always other car deals, always going to be more car deals, but you only have one life. So man, enjoy it.
And Brew Solutions.
Brew Solutions.
Seriously.
And
say seriously silly. Speaking of that, so again, the haters are going to hate. People are going to do that. And at heart, I want to make sure that we do find a way to love everybody. But one thing that we did talk about inside of the episode was how haters are going to do that, and they're going to say what they're going to say, but at the end of the day, are not going to pay the bills.
Nope.
They're not going to help you when you need it. And they're actually one day probably going to actually reach out to you for help. And that is not the time for you to swell up and be, super awesome, but to be super humble, to say, here's the help that I could have gave you a long time ago if you stopped hating on me. But at the same time, we choose to take something that could be bitter and brew it into something that is absolutely delicious and great and uplifting, which is Car Guy Coffee. We just like to brew solutions, and I think we're still trying to write the manual on how to have fun and how to enjoy yourself and how to make sure that you are uplifting other people for nothing. The thing that gets me annoyed with people is that they often try to judge your motives. And hopefully, in most cases, our motives are pretty easy to judge. We want to brew solutions and talk about car guy stuff over a cup of coffee
and have fun
and have a good time, and stay energized and give you a pick me up. We want to upshift and uplift. Our message is all over the place. That's what we put it out there. But to just drop a little bit of good seed into those of you that have an ear to hear, you don't judge a person's motives. It's not your position. It's not where you're supposed to be. At heart, you judge a fruit. You judge a fruit bearer by the fruit that they bear, and you cannot expect an apple tree to ever grow an apple, or not to grow to grow an orange. You can't expect an apple to grow an orange, and you cannot expect an orange tree to grow an apple. They are going to bear the types of fruit that they are, and that's how you judge something. So I look at Fred's family. I look at his marriage. I look at his success at the dealership. I look at what people say about him that when he's not around, and how it is that he relates to people and how they are upshifted after having a conversation with him. And that is great fruit. All the people that make sure to give love, we love it. Keep saying nice stuff. It's encouraging.
Hey, please do it.
And but every time that happens, that's great fruit. When somebody's high-fiving and saying thanks for something that made a difference inside of their professional game, and that we gained 0 for, but just the awesome, really, your little emoji. Well, how does it go? Which way does it go? How does it look on the thing?
I don't even know. I'm all jacked around now.
I got my other hat on, the black hat.
I feel like we're about to start breakdancing now.
Hey. Whatever. When that actual emoji comes out where you're like, hey, great job. I'm really excited for you. It's good. You upshifted and uplifted somebody. And that's what we're supposed to do. That's great fruit. But Fred gets that a lot. I get that a lot. We get that from our guys. We get that from our children. You know, I have 4 children that are incredible human beings. Incredible human beings. I can stop right now, and I have bared incredible fruit into this world. I am blessed enough, me and my wife both. Neither one of us put on a gown, walked a line, got a piece of paper from somebody because we completed high school. None of us, we didn't do that. I was a knucklehead, and she was perfect in every way and was just led astray. But we didn't go the best path, and we are now blessed with 4 children that are all going to have high school diplomas, that are all successful at everything it is that they touch. And I cannot be more thankful for the fruit that's bared out of my life. His son, an incredible young man, committed to his family, loves his family, is uplifting everybody that he ever comes in contact with. You can't have a talk with his son and not smile. It's something that is being pumped out of the well that we're growing from, and that is our fruit. So we can pack it up and say we're all good, but there's so many of you out there that have great information.
Very kind words, Lou,
to share. Love you, man. Love you, man. But you guys have some great information to share. So we want to help give you a platform to do that. If you have something good to say, we want to help you say it. And if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say it.
Truth.
Don't say it.
You know? Truth. Gabe says truth.
You know?
Yeah, well.
Yes, that's my son.
See how smart he is?
He's smart.
Great answer. Yeah, so, you know, speaking of all that, you know, what Lou is breaking down when he layers all that for you guys, and it's obviously, I think you guys all got that, was that our motives right now, what we're trying to do, and our whole goal, our ultimate plan here is to help as many people as we can from our heart. All right. So as we do this and as we go further, that's what we're here for. And I think people feel that. And I think the people that we have touched personally and got to know personally and had a chance to interview, people that we've had a chance to be interviewed by, speaking like Derek Bumper, you know, being on his show the other day, which was awesome. Had a great time, Derek. Appreciate it. Well-ran show, my friend. Looking forward to see the growth of your show, too.
How do we look?
Hopefully we look fine. We kind of changed it up a little bit. Yeah, you see that, right?
Hey.
There. Yeah,
what?
so anyway, but yeah, so we're getting a little full of ourselves right now, but you know, it's kind of late and we're having fun. But you know, at the same time, you know, El Patronn, he's also exactly the same way when it comes to all that type of stuff. You know, does he have an agenda, as in like, is he still trying to make his thing go and trying to, you know, make a profit? Of course, you know, but he ultimately, if you've ever sit down and talk with him, which we have personally, I know it because we've done it. Where my hand right there. I got a chance to interview the guy, right? I talked to him, got his personal line. I think most people do. But anyway, that being said, he's actually a really good dude. And what he's trying to do is just help people. If he sees you out there grinding, he sees you out there, you know, hustling, you're being consistent and you're, you know, putting it out there and you're putting yourself out there and you're trying everything you can to become the best version of yourself. He's gonna be on your team, man. I swear to goodness, he will. He jumped on immediately. And that's how he felt with us. That's how I feel with him. I'm on his team. I support anything he's down for. I'm gonna tell you. I believe whatever he believes. I think that he has a lot of stuff that is great. I think whatever he's looking forward to in the future, I look forward to seeing him do great in, you know. And I know same thing with me. If I laid out and said, hey, you know, El Patronn, look, this is what I want to do. This is where I'm trying to go, you know. I'm not talking about monetarily help me out, but if I say, hey, and I call him up and I'm like, hey, man, what do you think about this? He would give me his truthful answer. I know that he would be, if I post something and I get to my destination that I'm trying to get to, he's going to be the guy giving me the big high fives, probably posting a video for me. That's the kind of guy El Patronn is.
He talks about that on the show, about the importance of all of us as a community being able to work together and the issues that come up when people don't work together. I mean, this episode is great for any of you ever wanted to ask him,
man, so much fun.
5 questions, we do that. So it's just like you're sitting there having a cup of coffee and a conversation with him on a Zoom meeting. It's a regular, normal, everyday in quarantine recorded show. It's again something that
Brew.
where a bad situation, I guess you would say, where we're quarantined up, led to where we actually had the time to just kick it and throw down for an hour and a half, 2 hours, a long time.
It was a minute,
just
man.
talking and laughing and having
fun,
a good time. And
didn't feel that
and
long.
we didn't feel rushed. You
No.
know, we didn't feel rushed, and because sometimes we're in a hurry, right?
It's
We're
business, you know. In the middle of the day,
Yeah.
you're interviewing a guy at 2 and it end up being with 2 in the afternoon.
It was midday. It was
2 in the afternoon,
part
3
of
in
the
the
day
afternoon.
of
You know,
Car Guy land.
it's a little bit slower now for everybody across the nation. Well, there's a few exceptions, I think, very few.
But he was doing deals.
But he was doing deals while we're sitting there. His finance manager's walking up, you know, and you know. But that being said, it was just a lot of fun to sit there and just talk. You know, we just talk shop, we talk family, we talk life, we talked our pasts, we talked business, we talked the future, we talked what his future is. I mean, he dropped some stuff that only us know, maybe a few other people. So that's kind of neat. But that being said, I mean, it was a great time. And I learned a lot by talking to him. I got a lot of energy so much positive energy came through that camera talking with the guy that I left there so positive about my future too. Just knowing that, you know, he just knows that if I just, you know, he just gives you little tips. He's like, boom, you do this, keep doing what you're doing here, keep doing that. And
stay tuned. We're going to get a nice little live video when we're just having a powwow over a pizza when we're up in Queens,
you know,
visiting
I'll be up
him.
there.
We're going to go visit some family and go check out Sunrise Chevy. Just do a quick, fun lot walk out there. And whoops,
you know I'm going to do a lot walk.
Look at who's here. It's El Patronn. Look who we just ran into. Whoops. Wow. You know,
it'll happen.
It'll happen.
But yeah, so that,
but I want to do that.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Lou goes up to New York anyway, visit fam. So one time we'll make a dual trip, business and fam. So that's going to be a great time. But anyhow, no, man, El Patronn, we appreciate you jumping on.
You.
Guys.
Honored it.
This is our 5-liner that's coming out.
It's coming up.
5 questions.
You want to go ahead and let's just go ahead and just record a show intro real fast.
Let's do the show intro
and let them hear.
We're going to rock it out. This is how it's getting ready to get into it. A little 30-seconder.
A little 30-second piece.
A little 30-second intro for you guys. So, classic style.
You know, we just.
You got to pull that out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bing bong. Here we go.
What's up?
We on a roll now.
I think I'm ready for it, Lou.
All right. Well, then let's just go ahead and drop it.
Pop. There it is.
Car guys and car gals.
Yes.
Welcome to the Car Guy Coffee Podcast.
You know what time it is.
First things first. Forgive, focus, fly.
That's right. Oh,
that's right. Hey, this is Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
This is Frelin Narcis, subprime hero.
And we are brewing solutions today with El Patronn,
the game changer.
Rudy Tremenio.
That's right.
We are so excited to brew this brew with you. So everybody, let's brew.
Whoa. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys enjoyed that. That's our little opener. Little 30-second, or we used to do that in a minute when we used to record these, but I think the 30-second goes pretty good.
I noticed that you guys, this is my philosophy on this, right?
Okay.
So how long does the average cup of coffee last in being hot if it's not inside of a tumbler, right? So we wanted to really have a cup of coffee and a conversation long podcast that you can enjoy during one cup of coffee, right? That was initially the concept. This is what gets going on, okay? We get a cup of coffee in the middle of the night with our waters and our subjects and our laughing, and we talk for an hour, 2 hours. We just talk and laugh and remember fun stuff and brew solutions. And that turned into what you started to hear. What we noticed and we listened to and understood that this is just a cup of coffee long conversation that you can enjoy and take in smaller amounts. So if we don't need a 1-minute intro, we don't need a 1-minute intro, but we're still trying to figure out what we're doing with our intro and with you all. So suggestions are always welcomed.
Yes.
If you have any suggestions for us on how it is that you would prefer to digest your cup of coffee with the Cup of Car guys, let us know. We definitely want to learn. But that's really why you're going to see little pieces of us, a little more here and there, more where you can just go ahead and pop it in your little pod.
Yeah. It's like a quick brews.
And have you. That's right. The
longer
quick brews. If you're not getting your quick brews, folks, this is probably why you get a little sour and a little edgy in the day. I know me. There's usually about that 3 o'clock time frame. Tony has his time is like 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, it's espresso time, right? Every day he's coming through with tiny little espresso cup. He's walking through, and you know it because you can smell him coming back to the showroom. That's his pick me up in the middle of the day.
Pick me up.
If you don't have that quick brew, you need to go get you some of that because you can take it inside of a minute. In a bathroom break, you can listen to a quick brew and
I make them a little bit.
Find a solution to some sort of a problem, right? And whiteboard, get you some good quotes.
Good quotes, man. Something that'll get you going for the week. And usually my quotes that I pick are something that's going on with the world, with the end. If it's end of a month thing, it's time to close out something. If it's something going on with, whatever it is, if I feel like maybe even if it's just for my team, but most of the time it's something that relates to what's going on current, so I try to make it about that, beginning of a month, starting over, starting fresh, stuff like that, or end of the months, middle of the months, trying to finish strong, all that kind of stuff. That's always how my quotes kind of come around. I have a little thought behind it. I don't know if you go back and if you pay attention to them, you'll see that now. Probably a lot of people didn't know that until I said that just now. Maybe I should explain that sometime, but that is the point behind those.
You guys can all come back to this video.
My quick brews are something that honestly, I wake up in the morning and I 80% of the time it's when I come up with it. Like sometimes I still can't come up with it in the morning. I'm like, I don't know, let me think about it. I have a few ideas. And then usually by the time I get to work, I figure it out. But usually in the morning, I figure it out pretty quick. Now,
and then he brews it.
And then my brews. Now, my question of the day on the cafe, though, those sometimes I come up with it because I'm inspired. Sometimes I have to look up a good question, and I'm just being honest. But I do look for something that relates to what I feel like is something that would be cool in what's going on in the world too.
But take that stuff, car guys. Listen.
I can keep going, right?
Listen. We have everything out there for you all at the moment is completely free. There's nothing we're even giving you the option to buy. A lot of you are asking, you want some hats, you want some swag, you want some, hey, all preparing for you. So we'll get you some of that. Not really looking too much to be selling you that. That's if you want some of it, hey, we want to make sure that you have some of it. Excited for that. But we're just trying to give you information for you to use. Quick brews, the things that he's giving you and dropping off for you to take. Those are free samples like at the mall. Keep taking laps around. Chicken's going to keep being available.
Either, guys.
Keep getting those free samples.
Days.
Keep getting that stuff.
But they're so much fun to do.
It adds to you, and you can digest it. You can take it in quick.
It's all the above. It's something that if I could help one person, great. It also helps me. I'm trying to get better at this. I'm trying to get better at being a host. I'm trying to get better at being a podcaster. I'm trying to get better at being a trainer. I'm trying to get better at being in front of a camera. I'm trying to get better at editing my own videos quick on the spot. So what one video does every single day for me is so much. Like it's so much for me personally, but also it can help. And I've had a lot of people come, message me and DM me and man, I'm so thankful that they do. It makes me feel great. One person's all it takes. I'm talking, I may only get one message in a week. Great. It makes me feel wonderful. I'm like, man, I feel so good that I actually made this person feel like he need to go out of his way to DM me and tell me, hey, thank you for that message. I needed that today. Or if somebody reshares something, that feels really good. Mm-hmm. I got to throw a shout out to Evelyn Kelly. She's mostly on LinkedIn. She's on here too, but LinkedIn, she's been sharing all my posts on there for so long, so consistently. And I didn't even know her. She liked my posts. She started sharing them. And then we connected with the Think Ag group, which is about a week and a half away, guys. 2 weeks away, actually. We got one more, our volume 5 coming out next week. I don't want to talk too much about the future, but volume 5 is coming out next week. That is the last volume of the Rise of the Solutionary series. And we go right into new connections. So that is our next series. I'm not going to spill too many more beans on it. It's going to be hot. If you thought the Rise of Solutionaries was hot, it's going to be hot. I'm telling you, hot stuff. You need to call the fire department. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But for real, guys, we appreciate everybody, who do listen. We've had a great growth in our listenership when it comes to our podcast. These live videos seem to do pretty good. So that's why we've been doing more of them. We seem to have a pretty good viewer like looks at these. So I'm hoping that it's going to help with the growth of that, so, but also at the same time, I hope it reaches as many people as possible, because I really believe what we have to offer with El Patronn this week, especially last week, Adam Marburger, the week before that, Dustin Corbet, a week before that, we had Justin Jarek. I mean, so on and so forth. I can keep going back to all my guests. I can go into our future guests. It's so much that they have to offer to you guys. They took their time. They took an hour plus of their day to come sit down to be able to pour to you guys. That's what they're doing.
Yes.
This whole thing is to share. So they came on and they took their time to sit down and give us information. And it's information that's not just, silly stuff, not just promoting themselves. It's about how their inner thoughts are, how they think, how they work, what makes them excited, how they stay motivated. It's all that type of stuff, the stuff that is so key. If you figure out what successful people are doing, it helps you figure out how to become successful. So let's make it happen, guys.
Brew Solutions.
Just saying.
I mean, I'll find many different ways to say it. We're going to be saying this for a long time. Let's brew solutions.
Solutions are brewing.
Okay. They're cooking. And we need to make sure that you get you some.
That's right.
All right. We're having fun. And it's
always.
And it's exciting because this brew is about to drop. Let me see. I get this. Let me check out this last piece. So I want to show you something. Okay. This is a very nice guy. And he has a great, incredible smile. And his name is Rudy. And he's El Patronn. He's the guy.
That's the guy.
He's the guy, right?
Well, you better just buy.
These guys are crazy, having fun inside of the middle of a countrywide chaos calamity, having a good time, brewing solutions, finding a way to make people be upshifted and uplifted inside a dealership life.
Yes.
And we are riding an incredible wave of what the heck is going on. And all of us are trying to find a way to stay up. And these people, not just Fred and El Patronn and myself and others, but there's many, many others, are finding a way to smile and have a good time. And that's why we're talking about being solutionaries. Did you need to find a way to bring a solution to these problems?
The other day in my lot walk, I was walking out and I was leaving my showroom. I come out and I said, we just got done having another great day. And it's not a lie. I know somebody out there thinks we're lying, but we just had another monster day. We had 5. And I'm like, but we're not lying. I'm just saying that's a great day. I mean, 5's not a monster day in the, month or 2 ago, but 5 in today's world for us is amazing. And we were super excited about that, man. I was like, wow. So but I had to say that because there's some people out there, they just can't stand the positivity. It's okay. Not everybody's going to like coffee. Somebody needs to have their decaf.
Maybe a cup of tea is your cup of tea, and that's cool.
Whatever.
We're in Kentucky. We drink.
It is whatever it is. It is. But that being said, man, I'm optimistic about the future. I'm optimistic about the 5-liner with El Patronn.
El Patronn 5-line is coming out right after these messages, folks. Man, we're going live for a little while.
Yeah, 38 minutes. So, folks, we don't mean to keep these too long. We love you guys.
Well, you tell us. You want these to be longer? I mean, you want to just sit here and watch
Let us know.
Conversation? Say something.
Say something. But if not, peace out. All right, folks. We appreciate it. Car Guy Coffee.
Let's brew.
Let's brew.